Hello, book clubbers, and welcome to the Book Over Book Club, our little book podcast where we talk about books, especially the ones that give us book hangovers. Today we're talking about hockey. Why hockey, to be exact? It hasn't gone unnoticed that hockey romances have become pretty popular lately. So we wanted to not just talk between us, Megan and I, but ask the book world. Why hockey? Why do you love it? Why do you write it? What do you love about it? And what books are your favorite? Now, we asked the world, we asked readers and writers alike, why hockey? And we found that some readers are shy and not into voicing it out loud, but are willing to share in post. So what we've seen out there in the world is that readers like hockey for many reasons. Some of them just love the game. They've watched the games live. They watch it on TV. They love the sport. Some grew up around ice skating or the hockey rink because of friends or boyfriends or brothers. And that's why they, know it. They love it. And then there's also the players. We love that the players have dedication, their skill. We love that they're rugged athletes. And there's this certain rough, possessive, swoon, sweet-talking playboy personality we equate to them. And there's the team. The team becomes this found family in these books. Some clips are from chats we've had where hockey has naturally come up, or from Megan and I chatting from the podcast. And also because we asked these people, authors and readers, to share. So anyways, enjoy the episode. We asked, and these are the clips from readers and authors on why hockey.
Hi, I'm Veronica Eden, romance author with book boyfriends for every mood that keep you up all night falling in love. I love hockey romance. Sports romance has always been a comfort genre for me to read. I love the raw energy of a hockey hero and that it always has my favorite trope built into it, which is found family. I just cannot get enough of that trope, and you always find it in a sports romance, and I love it so much. I've been wanting to write hockey romance for years, probably as long as I've been reading it. They're always so fun, so sexy, and they always hit the spot. I just love them so much. I had a blast writing mine. So if you're in a hockey romance fan and you love found family, mental health representation, hockey boys obsessed with their love interests, a kick-ass girl gang, and all of the spice that you're going to need, check out Iced Out. It's the first standalone in my Heston U Hotshots college hockey romance series. Happy reading.
I feel like sports romance are kind of like always my guilty pleasure, but it is like lighter, more happy, like it's not like so dark. And I just love Garrett. Garrett Graham is like one of, like, if I had to pick like 10 book crushes, he's on the list.
Hi everyone, my name is Michelle Hercules and I write new adult romance. Like many of you, I am in my hockey era. Writing a college hockey romance series has always been in the back of my mind, and now it seems the right time to do it. I started watching the games to learn about the sport, and now I'm hooked. I can't get enough of hockey players. It also helps that my team, the Florida Panthers, are doing so well at the moment. Play It Dirty is book one in my new series, Players or Hannaford U. I love the banter between the main characters, the tight bond the players on the team have, and the strong friendships among the female characters. Noah Kingsley, the male lead in Play It Dirty, is the ultimate book boyfriend. He's swoony, sexy, knows what he wants, and would do anything to get the girl of his dreams to fall in love with him. He's a cinnamon roll who loves to talk dirty, but he's also super protective of his girl and would go savage on anyone who disrespects her. I had the best time writing Noah and Gia's stories, and I hope readers fall in love with them as well. Thank you so much for the book over, for reaching out to me to talk a little bit about my book.
I like the hockey things because I like the guys being a little more rough.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I like hockey games, because I like that they're a little more aggressive.
Yeah, fight, that they're encouraged.
We started Princes, and Whitaker is mentioned in Dukes of Peril as being a lacrosse player. And we weren't sure if we wanted to maintain that. And so we did decide to change Whitaker and one of the other characters into hockey players. Because we felt like they were like already a little, like they're the people think the princes are soft. they're not.
Mhm.
But we also just felt like, and not that lacrosse players are soft, because I don't think they are. I think it's a very aggressive
No.
sport.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
we decided we just really wanted to like a little bit flip the imagery of these, royal princes that live in their purple palace
Pampering.
and the
Mhm.
breeding and everything, and give them something that was like a little bit harsher, which would be this hockey thing. Because
Definitely
I
more
love it
brutal
so much,
hockey.
and Sam loves it so much, so it was like a good fit. So
Oh, we're so excited for them to be playing
we're here
hockey.
for it.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh,
Oh,
yeah.
I love it. I love the in person. I love the games. I like the aggression of the
Mm.
games.
Mm.
I don't know why. I just do.
Very
So
like
like,
raw. It feels very raw and emotional. They're very
Mhm.
mhm.
emotional and and like passionate,
Yes.
like
Mhm.
all the time. It's just like a lot of crazy feral emotions going on,
Yes.
I think,
But
on
they
that.
can act on it. I think that's what I like, because like in any other sport, there's like bad mouthing each other or whatever to an extent. You can't
Mhm.
do certain things or because you'll get in trouble. You can, to an
Mhm.
extent, be aggressive on the rink.
Right.
Like you
Mhm.
can. So I like that they have that freedom to actually let those emotions go out there.
Right. So that will come into play in our books because the princes are very controlled and they
Mm.
live in a very controlled environment. Um and so this is sort of like their one of their outlets.
Yeah.
Mm. The release.
Yeah.
So
Ooh.
excited.
Oh gosh, me too.
Yeah.
So many
Oh, that sounds
things.
amazing.
I'm out of all the sports,
Mhm.
they're on ice skates
Mhm.
with like this tiny puck and then like the stick, and they're going backwards and forwards and swooping and swinging and then like punching and
Hi everyone, this is C.R. Jane, author of the new release, The Pucking Wrong Number. I was asked to submit something, why hockey? So I've been a huge sports fan my entire life. I grew up in Dallas, actually. Remember the heyday of winning the Stanley Cup with Eddie the Eagle as the goalie and Mike Modano. I've always been a big fan. I've been wanting to do more sports romance, and I finally decided to just jump into it, and everyone has been so welcoming, and made this release just incredible, and I'm so excited about that. So, if you haven't read the book yet, it features the golden boy of hockey. His name is Lincoln Daniels, and he's has a pretty tragic backstory. But when he meets the main character Monroe, he immediately becomes obsessed. This is a darker romance, but what I love about Lincoln is that he is willing to do whatever it takes to get his girl and for his girl. He is the anti-hero. There are lots of red flags in what he does, so you need to go into the book with that expectation. But the readers are loving it. If you want a guy who is just over the top, obsessive, possessive, but was still swoon worthy lines, Lincoln Daniels is your future book boyfriend.
Hi, I'm Vicky from Scotland. My IG handle is vicky.lovesreading. You can also find me on BookBob and Goodreads. I read arcs and review them. Most of the reads that I do are 4 and 5 stars. And if I don't like a particular book, I don't tag the author. We all have different tastes, but I'm an adult, so I'm not going to write any negative comments about something someone has put their soul into creating. If I don't like it, I can stop reading it. Why do I like hockey romance so much? Because I love reading books with different pace. Hockey is a sport that's fast, while many of the relationships take time to build. Hockey players are like machines. They need to work so hard to stay at the top of their game, and their dedication is inspiring. My favourite tropes are brother's best friend, enemies to lovers, fake dating, and second chance romance. Throw in a hockey player with a slow burn story, and I'm sold. My favourite authors are Liz Tomford, Hannah Grace, Emily Rath, Melissa Ivers, Jessa Wilder, Tegan Hunter, Julia Connors, Veronica Eden, Becca Mack, Avery Keelan, Lulu Moore, and Sarah Massery. Each of these authors write 5-star books, in my opinion. They provide me with a range of emotions that make me feel invested in the outcome of the characters they have created. I don't mind angst as long as it's resolved and the main characters get their happy ending. It makes it even more enticing when it's hard won. If you like books that make you laugh out loud, I would read Tijan Hunter's series. Dark romance definitely goes to Sarah Massery, and her third book is just coming out soon. College romance, I would read Jessa Wilder, Hannah Grace, and Veronica Eden. Why choose? I would stop at Emily Rath. She is amazing. Pucking Around is one of my absolute favourite books of all time. It's so good. Second chance romance, I would go to Julia Connors. Her new book, On the Line, oh, I love it so much, and I would read it again and again.
Hey, okay, so this author ended up sick and lost her voice and asked me to read for her. So this is what she sent in, and this is for SJ Sylvis. You're such a sweetheart, and thank you for sending this and wanting to contribute. All right, so she says, at first, I didn't know what all the hype was about hockey romance, and I truly never thought I'd write hockey. I'm known for my bully romances and dark romance, but I desperately need a palate cleanser after my last dark romance. So after reading a couple of hockey romances and falling in love with the vibe, I went for it. I love the family aspect of hockey teams, in books at least. I can't really comment on real hockey teams. There's something about hockey teams, in quotes, in hockey romances that has a sort of family feel to it, which I absolutely included in Weekside. I also think the whole hockey theme with them being on ice and in a hockey rink is so new that people are loving the change in sports romance. Football was big at one time and still is, but hockey romance is growing in popularity and hasn't been around for so long that it's just not too familiar. I think it's fun and new, and readers, including myself, love it. Thank you, SJ, for sending that in.
Hey guys, my name is Jessica, and I'm here to give you some of my favorite hockey romances. This is one of those tropes that's just one of my favorites. I love hockey, so anytime that I get to read about it in the books, I feel like it just makes them that much better. I think one of the series that I started with was the Pucked Over, or the Pucked series by Helena Hunting, and my favorite book is Pucked Over. That one follows Randy, and I think her name is Lily. And these books, there's so much, they're almost a little rom-com-y, so like you'll be laughing throughout the entire series. I loved the third one because the first two books, like, you kind of don't like the heroine. I feel like I didn't like her in the first two books, and then they have this encounter, so it kind of turns them into a little bit of like enemies in a way, and then they end up into like a friends with benefits type of a thing, and it goes from there, and it's really, they're really good. I actually liked all of the books in the series, but I think the third one might be my favorite. Another one that I recently read, which is a little bit darker, was I think that it's a new release, Until I Get to You by Claire Contreras. That one was pretty good, and that one is a second chance and childhood, like friends to lovers, second chance type of a thing. And then another one that's also a little bit darker is called Brutal Obsession by S. Massery. That one was really good too. And then, of course, I feel like one of the classics is the L. Kennedy Off-Campus series. There is another one, too, which I haven't gotten to yet, which is the one that comes after that. And I think that one is called, let's see. This one is called the Briar U series. So I actually really want to get started on that one. But I think out of all of those, my favorite is definitely still the Pucked series by Helena Hunting. To me, that is what got me started. And there's just so many good books throughout that series that I feel like if you're in the mood to binge it, it's a great series to try out. Hope you guys are having a great day. Bye.
My name is Claire Contreras, and I'm the author of Until I Get You, which is a suspenseful hockey romance. I'm an avid sports fan. I love all of them. I've written every single sport now, but hockey romance is the only one I've written multiple times. And I think it's just because there's so much excitement in that game. Like, you can never go to a hockey game and be bored. There's never a dull moment, even watching it on television. It's just so different. And I also grew up on the Mighty Ducks. It was my favorite movie growing up. So I think that probably has a lot to do with it. Like, when I think of sports and I think of like cute boys in sports, I think hockey. Like, that's my first thought every single time. And I'm sure the Mighty Ducks has a lot to do with it. But yeah, Until I Get You and Half Truths is darker hockey. And The Rule Breaker is my contemporary college light hockey romance. So yeah, I keep going back to that sport.
Like, it's like first line, and then they'll get called out, and like the game's still going, and they just file in and out, like, and then they just switch up. Okay, now it's third line's turn. Like, they just keep moving. There's not like a lot of stopping. Have you been to a hockey game? It's amazing. It is amazing because like their sticks will break, and there'll be a broken stick behind them, and they're skating backwards. But do they ever trip on the stick? No, they don't. And then a coach or somebody just throws a stick out. So then they just grab the stick while this guy's trying to punch them, and then they swoop around. It's amazing. So I'm sorry. Like, these guys are hot because they can do all this. Like, imagine all that they can do if they can do that on ice.
Hi, my name is Tijan. I write a lot of stuff. I write young adult, new adult, suspense. I write mafia, paranormal, and I write sports. And I've written a couple hockey books, and I have a few more hockey books coming on the way. I love hockey. I grew up being obsessed with the sport, but where I went to school, we didn't have the opportunity to play on the team. Otherwise, I would have played on the team. And I don't even know why. I could tell you, because like we didn't have hockey in the area that I lived. And the main sports were like football and basketball and lots of track. But I was kind of like, okay, I like hockey, but I wasn't really around it that much. And then I kind of, like, when I got older, I kind of went into, like, football, kind of became obsessed with those two sports. And then, so then when I wrote The Not Outcast, which is, they're a little bit older, they're, like, young 30s, older 20s, and he's a professional hockey player. And then she's an interesting but inspirational character is what I've been told. I had to do some research because I had kind of forgotten kind of what hockey was about. So I did some research for The Not Outcast, and then I fell back in love with the sport. And then fast forward a year, I'm writing Hockey with Benefits, which is about Mara, who goes to college to escape her family home. She's got some family stuff going on. And one of her coping mechanisms is sex. And so her and Cruz, who she thought at the time was just an easygoing, cute guy who's ended up being really great with the benefits. They strike up an agreement where they're not even going to be friends. They're just going to do benefits with just each other. And then fast forward, it's going good, it's going great, and then because she doesn't want drama, that's the big thing with her for the Hockey with Benefits. And then fast forward, she finds out that he is like not only a hockey star, but he is like the hockey star for their university. And so then I ended up, and then of course, I mean, to get back to Cruz and Mara, of course, like with every book where they're not friends with benefits, then drama happens, and then which is what Mara didn't want to happen, legit. And then it just becomes interesting and real and kind of raw throughout the book. But no, so then I was starting to like do research for Hockey with Benefits, and then I ended up kind of falling back in love with the sport all over again. So there's a local hockey team here. So then we've gone to quite a few of the games. They're just fun. And I don't know. It's just, there's something addicting and exciting and raw about the sport. And you just want to be a part of it. And like the games are just so much fun to go to. And there's just something special about hockey books, I think, hockey romances. So yeah, that's why I love hockey, and that's why I love writing hockey. And those are a little bit about 2 of my hockey books that I have out right now in Kindle Unlimited, and the audiobook is coming out for Hockey with Benefits very soon, and I will be having more hockey coming. So all right, thank you so much for including me in this. I really appreciate it. This is Tijan.
Thank you everyone for listening, and thank you to everyone who contributed to our Why Hockey chat, and to the readers and to listeners. I hope you found something you want to read or someone you completely agree with their Why Hockey. Thanks for being a part of this awesome book community. We're closing up our month of hockey. However, it is not over because the past few months while we were getting ready for all of this, our TBRs have grown in many of our hockey books. So stay tuned because we will be having more hockey on the book over. Thanks, and see you guys next time. Bye.